Morning, whatever you want to look at this. It's 12:23 in the morning on March 17th, but this is your legislative update for March 16th, 2017. I'm Bill McCamley. I'm a state representative from Las Cruces and Mesilla. There's 35 and a half hours or so left in the session. I got four things I wanted to tell you about today. First of all, budget and revenue talks continue at a pretty high level. The trick is to try to find something that the Senate, the House, and the governor can all agree on in terms of a budget that's $150 million short of where it needs to be fully funded, a revenue package that will not only hopefully fund that, but also add to the state reserves so that our credit rating doesn't get dropped down the road for when we borrow money, and so it doesn't cost you more money for the roads and buildings and sewer systems and all the other things the state borrows money for. We're working really hard on that. The Senate actually passed a more moderated version of tax reform than we were working on before. We're hoping that the governor is okay with that moving forward, and that's kind of where we're going. And hopefully those discussions come to a head in the next 36 and a half hours, 35 and a half hours, so we can avoid what's called a special session where we would have to come back and deal with that. Education is a top priority. There is a huge interest by myself and other members, at least of the Democrats, to not cut K-12 schools anymore. That has happened enough, and it's becoming a real issue for us that we want to make sure that those folks in the educational community know that we care about them. We value what you do. We understand that your job is one of, if not the most important job in society, and that you take care of our kids. And we want to support you, and that's really one of the things that we're looking for. So the only other thing that was really crazy today was, if you'll remember from a couple of days ago, the governor vetoed about 8 bills, and she didn't give a reason for doing so. Well, the New Mexico Constitution actually, it can be interpreted, and it's done this in other states, in Colorado and Tennessee and Virginia, that you have to give a reason for a veto if you're a governor. So the governor vetoed at least 3 and possibly 5 bills without giving a reason within the 3-day window that she is required to for bills that are passed before the last 3 days of the legislative session. 2 of those are very interesting. One of them is a bill that allows for computer science to be used as either a math or a science credit in high school once you complete all of your other requirements. And it's a bill that I co-sponsored and feel really strongly about. The other one is industrial hemp research, which we've been trying to get here for years. Everyone in the legislature pretty much agrees on it. It's passed almost unanimously. The governor has vetoed these bills fairly consistently 2 years ago and this year. But if this is now law, then New Mexico State can actually, under the federal farm bill, start researching industrial hemp, and so when it becomes legal at a federal level, our farmers can start growing it. Or if we legalize cannabis, we can start growing it as well. So those would be the conditions by which we could start doing that, and it's a huge industry. It'll really help our farmers. It's a very high-value crop that doesn't use a lot of water. It'd be a good thing. So we're all getting pretty tired. We're all getting pretty edgy. Once again, a day and a half more. There's a ton of bills flowing back and forth between the House and the Senate. The governor is starting to sign some, and I'll hopefully be back with a more complete version of where we might be in terms of the budget and the revenue packages tomorrow. Thanks again for watching this. I appreciate everyone that does so. And as always, if you have questions, comments, or concerns on these or any other issues, I'd love to hear from you. Have a great night, y'all. Bye.